All right, so Justice League premiered in Toronto yesterday. And since we already know this movie is going to get a lot of shit talk, we're going to give you 5 reasons why you should actually go see it. Stick around. Hey, welcome to Future Reach. If you're new here, subscribe because we got new content every week, every Sunday. So subscribe. Anyway, today's topic is Justice League and 5 reasons why you should actually go see it. We went to see it and we think it's a great movie. A great movie, sorry, and here's why. So the first reason is wait, where are my reasons again? Okay, so the first reason is the actors and their chemistry. It's a great, yeah, the actors are actually have a great chemistry. So
They were well
I'll
done.
let these guys talk about
You're invested in them. I'll just start off by saying that you're invested in all of them. There's a lot of them, but I thought they all brought their own unique touch.
Yeah.
We already know
Yeah.
Ben Affleck is a good Batman. I think so. Gal Gadot, everybody, rightfully so, loves her as Wonder Woman because she's amazing.
it. And she's gorgeous.
Yep,
Yeah,
she
that's what
certainly
I
is.
put it best.
She's in
Yeah.
You know what? They're all gorgeous. they're all beautiful actors.
I wonder why they're on screen.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like almost we choose the prettiest to act.
Yeah, I mean they're all
don't know
they're all
about this.
really like Jason Momoa. Those muscles, man.
Oh, yeah.
Good lord. Like.
Okay.
I'm more envious. I'm just like he's just so ripped, and he's a good Aquaman. Ezra Miller is amazing as Flash. He's a great comic character. He makes you laugh. He's fun to watch. They all play off each other really well, surprisingly so.
Yeah.
In a movie with all of these characters that's only 2 hours long, I was left wanting to see more of them for the right reasons. I'm looking forward to seeing them come back for their own standalone films, and I genuinely hope they're all teaming up again.
Oh yeah, it's nice to see them team up in the silver screen. We've seen them in cartoons, we've seen them everywhere else, but not really on the silver screen. Like that hasn't happened.
And this was some good talent behind
Yes.
them.
Oh yeah.
Jason Momoa. That's the reason why. That's the reason why he wasn't just a dude. He surprised me.
Yeah.
Well, to me, it was all Wonder Woman and Gal Gadot. Like,
Oh, yeah.
she continued and brought her performance from Wonder Woman into this movie again, and she killed it.
All right.
So it's not a spoiler. I think you see it in the trailer too. But Gal Gadot is the first thing you see when you watch that movie. They know that Wonder Woman was so good that people wanted to see more of her, and that's the first thing they gave you.
Yeah, they did. They fed it to you
And
right
she
away.
controls and dominates the screen.
Oh, yeah.
She learns to dominate the team. She has a good learning process.
Yeah, she very much has a strong role within the team, and she's got so much charisma. She is the perfect choice for Wonder Woman. I hope she plays her for many years to come.
Yeah, she should.
She's more of an inspiration character than a sex appeal character.
Yeah, I was just
other superhero movies have done.
Have you seen the Amazons?
Oh, come on. Okay. I'm talking about Gal Gadot here, okay? I'm just talking about Wonder Woman.
Specifically Wonder Woman.
Okay.
I was just gonna say, with Wonder Woman, I hope they continue writing her the same way.
You guys
Yeah.
remember the Amazons wearing that revealing armor and Wonder Woman? I don't remember that with the female director. Now that we got the male directors, they're surprisingly less clothed.
I wonder why.
What's that all about? But
They're all hot. Anyway, so point 2 is that, as I said, you see Wonder Woman as the first thing, but there is also an evolution to the plot and the structure of the movie, which is weird coming from a DC movie.
Batman vs Superman.
Coming from that shit show, yeah, this has a lot more structure to it.
Yeah.
BVS was a mess. BVS had no structure. It was a mess. It didn't know what it wanted to be. I enjoyed the performances of Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck, but it didn't know what it wanted to be. This film, say what you want about it, it has structure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It has a point A to point B.
Yeah, like you were saying
Definitely
earlier,
structure.
Batman vs Superman had like 5 points going at the same time, convoluting at every point.
Yeah.
And it was trying desperately to set up everything. Justice League's not trying to set up everything. It's its own contained narrative. Now, mind you, we probably could have done with some more background on Flash and Aquaman in their own standalone films. We didn't have that,
But
unfortunately.
they have their own standalone.
Yeah,
films.
it's coming out. I'm
Exactly.
saying those probably could have come out first.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But
Yeah,
it didn't
especially
deter.
Aquaman.
Yeah, it didn't. I agree. It didn't deter the plot. There's a clear Act 1, Act 2, Act 3.
Yeah.
Whereas in Batman v Superman, I don't know what's going on.
Half the time you don't know what's going on.
And this corrected that. This really well. This properly corrected that, in my opinion.
It's a step in the right direction.
Whether it's a memorable story is your own opinion, but it is a clear story.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I would go and say it's kind of risky what I'm going to say, but if it was a Marvel, it's something you said in the theaters.
Yeah.
If it was a Marvel movie, it wouldn't get the scores it has right now. Like the professional scores because the user scores are fine. They're actually
Fans
accurate.
like it, yeah.
But the scores that come from the actual critics, I think that if it was a Marvel movie, it would have gotten way better scores just because of how well structured it is.
Well, I believe they have a situation where it's they've seen so much Marvel. We did see a lot of Marvel, and we see them do it right that we always compare one to Marvel. But DC itself is structured a lot differently than Marvel is.
You have a Marvel formula, right? And
Yeah.
then you have DC, which doesn't really have a formula. They're trying to figure out their footing.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to, that this is a proper footing. Even though there are a lot of missteps, this is a proper footing.
And a lot of
It's-
people compare the two way too harshly.
Yeah, don't compare. Like this, that's the problem. Don't remove labels. Just
Yeah,
look at
exactly.
it.
Just look at the film.
Look at it as it is, its own movie, and as its own movie, it's well written.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that as a transition to say it's well balanced too. Like you see a balance because you already know you have a lot of characters.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we know what happens when a lot of characters happen. Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. And
Anyway,
yeah, he blasphemed.
so
He mentioned Spider-Man 3. Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
I have to take that image out of my head. Anyway, so as I said, you have a lot of characters, but they're all kind of balanced. Like you get to see stuff from each one of them.
Oh yeah, and a lot of the side characters and everyone
Yeah,
just plays
even
a
the
good
side
role.
characters.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, they balanced in really well.
It was crammed with characters, but it didn't actually feel like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
they all played. Even some of them aren't on the screen for very long.
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, I know. Oh man, I wanted more of him because he was good as Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah.
He
But
got ripped for nothing.
for nothing. Yeah. But even the characters that aren't in it for very long, you still feel invested with them.
Oh yeah.
They still play a role that makes you want them to come back.
Exactly.
I really enjoyed that about this movie. And again, BVS missed that mark.
Mhm.
Justice League. I hate to compare, but they interlock, right? Justice League corrected that very nicely.
And
Yeah.
I think that's also another point that's due to another balance, which is the balance between the directors.
Yes.
Yes.
We all know something happened to like the
Zack Snyder had to step away. He had to step away.
Step away, and then he got replaced by I forgot his name.
Joss Whedon did
There
some
you go.
reshoots and some rewrites.
Exactly, and you can like in a movie you can see clearly the difference between the two directors. You can see it straight up. But there's an actual balance between the scenes from each director, and it's actually
It makes it pretty unique.
yeah.
You don't get
it
this
does.
every
movie
day.
pretty actually it also flows with the plot. So I liked it. The fact that the darker version of like the plot when it was dark was you can clearly see that it was Snyder, and the more upbeat version was the other one that came in. So I think
I think of it like this way because you do have in some scenes you have the best of both worlds. You have Zack Snyder's incredible visuals. If even people who don't like Zack Snyder agree he's good at doing visuals. He can direct wonderful visuals. You have that spliced with Joss Whedon's humor, and I really liked that. That worked. It was really a nice little amalgamation of the two.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and that is point 4, humor, which is as as my friend Sammy said over here, it is a hit or miss.
Yeah.
There are scenes that will drive you
Yeah.
nuts, especially with Flash, in my opinion.
Exactly, me too. It's like some of the scenes, there were forced humor. There were a lot of scenes that actually hit, like that made me laugh and that made everybody else laugh. But there are a lot of scenes you feel like it was written to make, like to drive a joke. Example number 1 that you already see in the teasers and the trailers is Batman saying, like Flash asking Batman what's his superpower, and he said he's rich.
Yeah.
It's like it's a joke that everybody makes,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and just had to address it in the movie too.
Oh, he's mentioned a couple times in the comics too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It hits more than it misses,
Mm-hmm.
in my
Yes.
opinion. Some of the humor is kind of like, oh really? Like you're just trying too hard. But more often than not, I was laughing.
Yeah.
And Flash was more often than not really funny.
Mm-hmm.
I thought. I think all of them had their funny moments
Yeah.
They did.
this stage not man
Clearly, the concept of running is very hard for Flash right
Yeah.
though. He's just going so fast. He has to swing with more vigor.
now.
Just think of it that way. But the humor really did work. I welcome it.
Yeah, even
I like
Aquaman
DC
had a bit of
doing this.
humor
Yeah,
there.
there's one
That was a
specific
good
scene
scene, yeah.
with Aquaman that actually was to me probably the best
Oh yeah,
use of humor in that movie.
that was.
Yeah.
It was subtle. It was nicely put in there.
Yep, it was. The humor is great. It's just that sometimes it's just too much. It's just like what we did with our review with Thor, which you can check right here. Anyway, with our review with Thor, we said the same thing that the humor was a hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing here. It's like it's good, but at a certain point, there's too much of it.
Yeah.
You gotta lay back a little.
Sometimes it takes away from the
Exactly.
actual movie itself and kind of like stops it abrupt, and it kind of ruins the movie.
Thor was trying to be a comedy, though. I don't think Justice League was trying to do
No,
that. I
no,
think
no,
it was just
no.
trying to make you laugh at certain
Certain
points.
Yes.
And again, for the most part, it succeeded.
Yeah.
It succeeded. Yeah.
It's also, remember, it is PG.
Yeah.
So
That's
it-
true.
Yeah.
you're gonna hit the fan base that the children for sure. They will enjoy that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, point 5. Our final point is something that we all saw in the movie is the references and the Easter eggs. So the references are usually to the old cartoons and comic books. So if you all know that famous Batman opening with the thunder and the lightning, like Batman is in shadows, you hear the background music, and then there's lightning, and he appears. You have nearly the same shot in the movie.
Yep.
Like with the music, with the lightning, with Batman
Original-
appearing.
Original music.
Yeah,
Danny
Elfman,
Elfman's original
yeah.
theme, which he
Exactly.
also brought. Yeah, he did for this film as well,
Mm.
which was so cool.
So,
Everyone had the original theme, which
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yeah, that theme, like that Wonder Woman theme. that guy with that guitar, man. But yeah, that movie in all, like, especially that last part that I said, the last point, it's like it makes you think of the old cartoons that you would wake up on a Saturday morning to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
the movie was structured that way.
Yeah.
It felt like a cartoon.
It had that feel, but not. It felt like a cartoon, but not too much of a
Yeah,
cartoon.
yeah,
Yeah, like Batman and Robin's a cartoon.
Oh,
That
God.
just
I had to watch you
takes it
mention
to
that.
another level. But no, but I want to distinguish that this movie does not do that,
Mm.
and it's worth seeing for that reason. It doesn't
Nice.
take itself too seriously, but it doesn't go too far,
Yeah.
and that is something that I think it should be applauded for.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so there you have it. Our 5 reasons why you should go watch Justice League. So take it from us. Go watch it. It's a great movie. It's actually one of the greatest.
It's better than I thought it was
Yeah.
going to be.
Mhm.
Definitely better than BVS, better than Suicide Squad. It doesn't meet up to Wonder Woman standards. I'm a big fan of Man of
It's the
Steel. Doesn't
second
meet up to
DCU
that. Yeah,
movie.
probably this. Yeah, it's worth a watch. I'm gonna watch it again probably. I would even buy it on DVD.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think it's I think it's.
Catch it on Netflix when it comes out there. Yeah, that's where I am.
I'm saying I'd watch it again. Jeez, we're being so particular.
Well, I don't know who buys DVDs, but
I know. I'm still in the early 2000s.
Yeah. All right, so there you have it, people. Subscribe, like, comment, share with your friends. Whatever you're gonna do it now. And let's see you later.
Subscribe.
Thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, you can check out the next video here. If you're in a daring mood, you can select a random video here.
You know what? They're all gorgeous. they're all beautiful actors.
I wonder why they're on screen.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like almost we choose the prettiest to act.
Yeah, I mean they're all
I don't know
they're
about
all
this.
really like Jason Momoa. Those muscles, man.
Oh, yeah.
Good lord. Like I'm more envious. I'm just like he's just so ripped, and he's a good Aquaman. Ezra Miller's amazing as Flash. He's a great comic character. He makes you laugh. He's fun to watch. They all play off each other really well, surprisingly so.
Yeah.
In a movie with all of these characters that's only 2 hours long, I was left wanting to see more of them for the right reasons. I'm looking forward to seeing them come back for their own standalone films, and I genuinely hope they're all teaming up again.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice
Oh,
to
yeah,
see
they're
them
cool, for sure.
team up in the silver
Mhm.
screen. We've seen them in cartoons, we've seen them everywhere else, but not really on the silver screen. Like that.
Content every week, every Sunday. So subscribe. Anyway, today's topic is Justice League and 5 reasons why you should actually go see it. We went to see it and we think it's a great movie. And here's why. So the first reason is where are my reasons again? Okay, so the first reason is the actors and their chemistry. It's a great, the actors. All right, so Justice League premiered in Toronto yesterday. And since we already know this movie is going to get a lot of shit talk, we're going to give you 5 reasons why you should actually go see it. Stick around. Hey, welcome to Future Reach. If you're new here, subscribe because we got new content. Actually have a great chemistry, so
They were well
I'll
done.
let these guys talk about it.
You're invested in them. I'll just start out by saying that you're invested in all of them. There's a lot of them, but I thought they all brought their own unique touch.
Yeah.
We already know
Yeah.
Ben Affleck is a good Batman. I think so. Gal Gadot, everybody rightfully so loves her as Wonder Woman because she's amazing.
And she's gorgeous.
Yep.
Yeah,
she
Aquaman
certainly is.
put it best.
She's a-
Yeah.